Hello and welcome back. Today we are talking all about bullets. If you have seen my previous videos, you know that I'm pretty much anti-bullet point, but I understand there are cases when you're just going to need to make a list and you're going to need to use bullets. So let's learn about how to make the most of this typographic mark. The first thing we want to do is understand how to change the default bullets that PowerPoint gives to you. So in order to view the defaults, click the View tab and then click into your slide master. So these are your layout pages down here, and this is your slide master up here. So you're going to want to go to the very top slide master page, and this is where the bullet points are going to be defined. Anything you do here will cascade down into your layout pages. So let's say that I want my first level to be a bullet point, but anything beneath that, I actually want it to be a tick mark, not a circle bullet point. So I'm going to go up here under Home into my bullet options. I'm going to click the drop down. And these are kind of options that they give you, but let's say that what I want is not here, and it's not. A tick mark is not there. So I'm going to go into the expanded menu, click the settings wheel under Customize, and search around to find just what I want. As you can see, there are different options down here. These are all different ways to represent a star. These are different kind of system characters, numerical figures, etc. So I'm looking for a tick mark, and I will find that this will do. Perfect. All right, so you can see it's up there. Okay. Let's see if it has applied to our layout pages. Yes, you can see that it worked down there. All right, so let's go back to our layout. Great, so we've got a bullet for the first level, tick marks for the next. How can we jump between levels? So let's say that in our first half of the series, we're going to do the first two and then topics 2. We want to create another first level line. So how can we jump between that? So I want this topics 2 to kind of jump back further out to the same level as topics 1. So in order to do that, I highlight the line that I want, click Command, and what I'm going to call the fancy parentheses, the ones that look like this. It can also be a square bracket if you don't click Shift. But so that's what I'm going to click here. Highlight what I want, Command, fancy brackets, and it will jump back out. Okay, same thing here. Command and close fancy brackets. It'll jump back in. All right, so let's say for topics 2, again, I want to change and kind of customize the bullets, change the colors and the size. So I'm going to go into that custom panel again. Let's say we want to make it a beautiful blue color, and I want it to be really big. Let's say it's 130% of text. And so what that means is 130% of the defined size that this typeface has provided for that specific mark. So different typefaces will be different. Sometimes the glyphs are larger or smaller. So this is a good thing to know. If you're working in like a, corporate typeface that was custom or handmade, you have a little bit of control over it. So let's click that. Very good. You can see this bullet is pretty big compared to that one, and the color has changed size. All right, so let's get into how we can kind of refine bullets to help us communicate our message. So when people come to this page, I want them to understand that we have 4 groups of things that we're talking about. And so as you can see, we've got headline 1, 2, 3, and 4. But when you first click into that, it's not really apparent. It just kind of looks like 2 big lists. So how do we correct that? And so what I'm going to do is actually format the first group and then match the rest of them and kind of cheat that as a way to save time. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of this big space between the H and the bullet in front of it. And the way to do that is to highlight the line, go up here into your ruler, and you can see there's 2 triangles. The top triangle pointing down, that changes where the bullet is, and the bottom triangle pointing up changes how close the words are to the bullet. There's also a little rectangle beneath that bottom triangle, and that will change, or that will take the whole group, the bullet and the word. So again, I'm just going to use the bottom triangle, get that H a little bit closer in, and then I'm also going to align my tick marks to line up with the H. I just will take every opportunity to create alignment in any instance that I can. Beautiful. Come on, get there. That's close enough. Bring the items closer. Ooh, a little too close there. That was wild. All right, so very good. I also want to make sure that there is a big differentiation between the size of the headline and the items beneath it. So I'm going to actually make the items beneath it smaller. People are kind of afraid to make things too small, but I think that it's still very legible. I'm going to make the headline bold, beautiful. And I also want to create some space between this last line and the next group. And so the best way for me to do that is to actually put space before the headlines. I don't want to put space after my items because I don't want the items to get too far from one another. So I'm going to create, let's make sure this is all single spaced. Perfect. So those kind of brings it all together. And then in front of the headline, I'm going to create space before. I'm going to put 24 points of space before. That'll be kind of a lot. Okay, so you don't see anything here, but that's because the space before is just empty space. There's nothing there. So once I go in, I'm going to click my Format Painter, apply all these settings to the other headlines. Beautiful. You saw that jump, and that's creating that space before. That's going to create that differentiation between the lists. And then the bullet points. Again, highlight what I want the bullets to look like, Format Painter, and apply it to the rest of my bullets. So already you can see these items taking place. Oops, I got a little too much there. Let's go back. What are we doing? Format Painter, only those three, and only these three. Perfect. Okay, so now when you first open this page, you quickly see there are 4 different groups. I might even increase the space between them a little bit more. Just we've got a lot of real estate on the page. Why not? And so again, this is helping me communicate my message more quickly. It's making people anchor. It's easier for me to say, all right, everybody go to group 3, go to group 2. And so hopefully you've learned a lot about bullets and how to use them efficiently in your presentations.